Shy people, what is your worst experience? 1. Going to a crowded party with one friend who really wanted to drag you along but then disappears. 2. In my high school Spanish class, some kid screamed, "Do you ever talk?" at me in front of the entire class. Super embarrassing at the time, but hilarious to look back on. 3. I was in elementary and took a bus home each day. I missed my stop and I was so terribly shy and quiet the bus driver didn't hear me. He went on to pick up high school students and didn't notice I was still on the bus. The high school students were so sweet and kind. They alerted the bus driver and he took me home. My mom was freaking out by the time I got home. 4. Putting a year's worth of confidence into a job interview, just to be the quiet one after you get the job. 5. Went to a party. Guy I've never met walks up to me, shakes my hand, and says, "Hello, what's your name? Where were you born? Where will you pass away? What's in between?" Not letting go of my hand the whole time. I completely locked up, had no idea what to say. 6. I was at a friend's house, his parents used to scare me. The dad had a thick Asian accent and due to my nerves, I guess I wasn't paying attention. Didn't realize the dad was full on asking how I was, and I just stood there awkwardly. I thought he was speaking to his son in Cantonese. I still think about this. 7. I never corrected my boss when she mixed up my name on the first day. I had already introduced myself to some people by my real name, the other half of people my boss introduced me to, called me another. I felt too shy to correct her in front of the group. It just led to more awkward conversations, as the two names were completely different. 8. Mandatory speech class when I was a freshman in college. I do the thing, then go back to my dorm and throw up. Really freaked out my roommate, who I barely spoke to. 5 speeches that semester. It was a nightmare. 9. Okay everyone, before we begin why don't we go around the room and tell us a little about yourselves. 10. I decided to be brave at a college picnic for students in the pharmacy program. All the tables were occupied, so I confidently went up to a table with a bunch of people and asked if I could join them and I immediately sat down. No one said a word to me. Not one word. I ate as fast as possible and went home and cried. 11. My by far worst experience was living together with a roommate. I wasn't able to talk to them and I thought they hated me. 12. Had a high school buddy who was sworn to silence to most people even teachers, yet a select few kids he'd talk to. Funniest guy I've ever met. Said he's gone full years without saying a word to his own teachers. 13. I hate video calls. I was going to drive 1.5 hours to my college to talk to a professor in person instead of just video calling to follow up on something. 14. Having a group of people sing happy birthday to you.